Hi everyone, so welcome to my first movement breaks video. I'm quite excited about doing this. Um, so one of the key things I teach in both my pelvic floor restore and my pregnancy courses, and when I've worked with general population, is that taking regular movement breaks is really, really essential because it's staying still in one position that really starts to cause the over tightness of muscles, the weaker muscles that aren't being used, and the overstressed muscles, the muscles that you're always using all the time. So I worked out that if in an 8 hour day, if you took a 5 minute break every half an hour to do some stretches, just five stretches in 5 minutes, then you would have moved your body for 40 minutes and done 40 minutes worth of exercises during the time that you're working, which is pretty cool. Then you don't have to necessarily worry about fitting in stretches and exercises and routines either side of your day. So, um, this Facebook is a new setup, so I have no idea whether anyone's watching, but I shall carry on. So, um, what I tend to do, I've got two ideas, is to work through the different parts of your body. And so you're stretching each one. So let's start with the head first. So, oh, that's weird. I'm facing that way and the video's got me facing that way. So, how often are we on phones or on screens reading books and our head is kind of poking forward and drop down? And so we end up causing a lot of stress on the neck and the lower back. So what I want you to do is imagine that you've got a really tall collar, and I want you to push your your neck back into this collar so that your ear lines up over your shoulder. And call this head ramping. So this is an exercise in and of itself. And you can feel that as you push your head back, you can almost feel your abdominal muscles tightening, they're kicking in, they're having to hold your body, and the relief on your lower back. And now I just want you to just drop your chin to your chest. So you should feel a stretch there. You get bonus points for making as much double chin as possible. And then we're just going to hold this exercise, this stretch. Now try not to stick your chest out as you're doing this. Think about doing like a mini sit-up so that your ribs are in line, the bottom of your ribs is in line with your hip bones. Otherwise you find that you're not allowing that stretch to happen in your neck. Okay, so the next one is what we call the nerve stretch. So we're going to stretch those muscles and nerves in the arms that tend to get cramped from lots of typing or reading books, or all the stuff that we do with your hands. So just taking your hands out, keeping your shoulders down, again keeping that chest tucked in, arms out to the sides about shoulder height, and then bring the hands up so that instead of being flat, you're doing a stop kind of position. And really think about bringing the tips of your fingers towards your shoulders and your head, so you can feel that lovely stretch down your arms. I've brought a clock in here to time each one, and I've forgotten to check every time I start an exercise to see what time it is. So it's really easy, it's quite a stretch here. You might find that your shoulders are creeping up in order to help you do this without stretching those muscles. So it's a big case of just repositioning yourself. So allowing those shoulders to drop down, Then bring the fingers back towards you. If you need to stop, just give yourself arms a bit of a shake, come back out. Holding things for a minute can be quite intense, so you could just hold them for 30 seconds or so. I have a break and then hold them for another 30 seconds. Okay, so the next one. This is a great one if you've been sitting. The backs of our legs tend to get really, really tight. So you just need a chair or a desk, and you're going to hinge from the hips. So think about taking your bum out behind you so that you're coming down into a forward bend. So you don't want to kind of round your back. I can't do round backs anymore. You don't want to round your back like this as you're going there and put stress on your back. What I should have said is you want to stand about 4 inches away from your chair as you do this. Hinge from the hips. Come down, just rest your hands on the chair. Now, if you can't get down that low, you can rest on the desk or maybe the back of the chair, whichever you can is easier for you. We don't want to stress, and you should feel the stretch down the back of your thighs. Now, just think about your tailbones here, and I want you to think about untilting your pelvis so your tailbone comes up towards the sky, and you should feel that that increases that stretch down the back of your thigh. This is a lovely one. Make sure your knees aren't bent. Allow those to straighten and try and just relax your knees so they're dropped down. This is a really nice stretch. It's one of my favorite stretches. You can just allow your head to just hang down. You don't need to. And make sure that your weight is back in your heels so you can lift your toes. Okay, and now let's work on the front of your quads. So I've got to do this without a wall to hold on to. I'm a bit unbalanced today. You're going to pick your leg up. You'll make sure that you hold on to your ankle and not your toe. You hold on to your toe, you're flexing the ankle and not getting the stretch in the quad. And then I want you to make sure, let me just grab a half dome. Balance is not my strong point today. You're going to make sure that you don't have your leg winging out this way, winging out to the front or too far behind you, so you're kind of doing a pose like the siren on the front of a ship. You want to keep your legs together and think about turning foot, bringing your foot across towards the center of your bum, and that just helps to increase that stretch there. So we're going to do 30 seconds on each leg. Now, if you can't get your hand on your ankle, what I suggest is grabbing a belt or yoga strap if you've got one, and looping that round your leg and then holding that so you can still do this exercise, but you're not overstretching. And of course, it's fine to use something to balance. This isn't a balance exercise, it's a quad exercise. So let's swap legs. And just remembering setting yourself up so your thighs are in line with each other. They're on the same plane. I still haven't timed myself. I tend to do it until I feel like I've had enough. Okay, and relax. And then the last one is for our feet, which you tend not to think about how stressed and tight your feet get. But this is a lovely one. So you're just going to rest the tip of your toes on the floor behind you. And you want to make sure that on your standing leg that your weight is back in your heels. And if that stretch is really intense, you can bring the leg further forwards. If you want to increase the stretch, you can take the leg further behind you. You can feel that delicious stretch across the front of the top of the foot there. I'm now excited to know whether this is taking 5 minutes or longer. And remember to tie myself properly next time. Okay, let's swap over feet. And say this does 5 minutes and then take you through a 10-minute exercise. But you can chop it down as you need to. Now just make sure with this stretch that you're not allowing your heel to go out to the side. Keep it in line with the rest of your leg. If you've got a super tight foot, your body always wants to help you out. So it will find ways to make it easier. So can you see? So it's easier for your heel to wing out. You release the stretch on that foot. So make sure that the heel is in line with the rest of the leg. And that's it. 5 minutes, 5 stretches. I'm going to bring in different stretches. I think I'm going to do this every week, and then you've got the week, you've got some stretches to use during the rest of your week. And let me know how you get on. I'm really interested. Has it helped? Is it nice to get up and moving? How many times can you fit it into your day? You know, set yourself an alarm and see if you can fit it in every half an hour. All right, take care. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.